Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Charles. Thank you all for tuning in. As you can see, we have a new set here tonight. We're in our Glen Lake studios here. Nice little background behind us, huh? Isn't this fancy? Because we are fancy here. Anyway, before we get any further in the show, we always know we cook with libation as well as love, and tonight's libation is brought to you the Gallo fine family of wines. There you are. We usually have a Tisdale, but tonight we have a Gallo, and incidentally, they're both made by the same company, the Gallo family. So if you're looking for a nice everyday wine, really, these are nice wines to have every single day. You're not breaking the bank on them. You're having a nice glass of wine while you're cooking dinner, sharing your dinner with a loved one. It's the way to go. All right, without further ado, tonight we have scallops. Let me make a scallop dish and some baked tomatoes. So first of all, we got some scallops right here. These are sea scallops. It's water added, which is like a bleachy, milky mixture. We're gonna let these drain for a few minutes because we do not want to have too much water in these when we get to using them in our magic that we're gonna make tonight. So we'll put these aside. Now, a little education here, folks. Sea scallops, those are the small ones. Bay scallops are the really, really small ones, which some say are skate punchings, like skate tails, stingrays. They cut those out. I don't know if it's true or just an urban myth, but you know what? Spend about $10 a pound for scallops, you'll get what you pay for, something halfway decent. You can even buy diver scallops, which are either A, they have no water added to them, so they are the size that they are. So when you cook them, they don't get really small and shrink up. Or they were caught by an actual diver going down there. And those are the nice thick ones, like the size of a fillet. Or you can have the broken scallops that I mentioned in my last show. Those are the scallops that break in half. And they can't sell them because they're not presentable. But you get a big bag of broken scallops, you still have scallops, and you're paying only a few dollars a pound for them. So, let's all drink to that. All right. Baked tomatoes, stuffed tomatoes. Well, first part of our meal tonight, we need some tomatoes. This part, the stem part, take the stem off. That's going to be your bottom. We're going to cut the actual bottom off of this. Why? Because that, look at that. Oh, that's a little wobbly. That sits better. So, we're going to do 4 tomatoes, or 3 tomatoes rather. We're going to cut, you can gauge for yourself, just about a 1/4 inch off the top. We're going to take these tops, we're going to set those aside. Now, then what we're going to do is take a knife, just go around the inside of that fleshy part. Where's my, and from there, we're going to grab a spoon. And we're going to take out all the seeds, and we're just going to hollow this tomato out. Why are we going to do this? Well, we're going to stuff this. And what are we going to stuff it with? Goodness, lots of goodness. And you want to be real careful when you do this, not because it's brain surgery, although you are opening up a round skull-like thing and scooping out the insides. You don't want to break through the skin on this. You just want to be very gentle, yet firm. It's like being a dad, huh, with your kids. And I wish I had a better spoon, but I forgot that at home. So, but you know what? We shall adapt and overcome here. And we want to save all these insides. Wow. All right, last tomato, guys, because I know this is thrilling TV. Wow, look at that guy. He's chewing that tomato out. Okay. Voila. That's just about there. We got some stragglers right there. Let's put those right in there. And then, we all know what this is, this little hand mixer. Just gonna give that some love. You can use a blender if you don't have one of these, a masher, 2 spoons together, whatever you want. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to use this. You could use some stewed tomatoes from a can. Pretty much anything, but we're gonna put this aside because we need this later. Now, on with our tomato stuffing. So, what are we gonna do? Well, first, we're gonna take some stale bread. I got an day-old onion roll that's been frozen and defrosted and frozen. You can use whatever kind of bread you want. I've made this recipe in the past, and I've used some cranberry pecan bread that was day-old from the store. And let that dry out. You can even use stuffing, any kind of stuffing, stovetop, whatever. What we're going to do, we're going to put this in a bowl. We're going to take some water. I'm going to toss it with some water. And now we're going to let this set aside for a few minutes. Everything's setting aside for a few minutes. Okay, now with our stuffing, this is what we're going to do. One, we have some diced ham. You can use whatever you want though. If you don't have diced ham, use chicken. God, you could use pork, anything. We just want to get a little meat to it. And if you don't have stale bread like this, you can also use pasta, rice, leftover rice. This is a good leftover dish. All right, so we got about a 1/4 cup of ham. We got about a 1/4 cup of Danish blue cheese in here. Again, use what you want. You can use any kind of cheese you want, but 1/4 cup works best. And then the egg. The egg is very important. And why? Because when you cook this, it binds everything together. It makes it not as mushy as it can be. And with that, I do have to apologize to my friend Jack. I kind of experimented on a variation of this the other night at his house, and it just came out mushy. Sorry, dude. The good food is the show food, and this is the show food. Okay. So, with that, we've got this right here in the water. Now, we want to squeeze as much water out as we can. And if you're using pasta or if you're using leftover rice, you don't have to squeeze as much. But you really want to give it a good squeeze. And now you've got mush. All right. So, and then just dig in there with your hands, guys and girls. That reminds me, I got an email over our break between season 1 and season 2. And the viewer wants, you always say guys. You always say, hey guys. And well, that's kind of just my thing. Natural habit of mine. And I mean girls and guys, but also because, well, most guys cook that I know more than their wives do. At least all my friends do, or most of them, in their families. All right. Get the hands wiped a little bit. Okay. Now all we're going to do is take our stuffing. You can use a spoon or your hands just like this. And we're going to, well, stuff the tomato. How easy is this, guys? How easy is this? Top that off. Could use a little less bread. There we go. Voila. These are stuffed. Now, what we're going to do is this mixture right here. I'm going to pour that in there. Put those on top. A little bit of garlic powder because I had no fresh garlic when I got ready for the show tonight. And then we're just going to take the tops that we cut off and put them back on. Voila! Ladies and gentlemen, we have baked tomatoes. Now, we're going to put these in a preheated about 350 to 370 degree oven, and we're going to let these cook for about 40 minutes. Ooh. There we go. Got a good temp going in there. All right, now, what else are we going to make? Well, we have these scallops right here, folks. They have been draining nicely. What we're going to do now is we're going to get our pan ready for the scallops. And what's better with scallops than bacon? So right here, I got a little bit of pancetta and a little bit of bacon grease, bacon fat, if you will. If you make bacon, good thing to do is take some of that grease, all that bacon fat, instead of pouring it down the drain or in a receptacle to get rid of, save it. Let it cool down, save it, get it as clean as possible in terms of no bits of food and everything else in there, bits of bacon in the bacon grease. And just a little bit goes a long, long way. So, with that being said, folks, we're going to take a few minutes. We'll be back and, well, we'll start cooking the scallops. So until then, you come right back. We'll be here working for you. We could not do this show without the help of our friends at Sully's Superette. Since 1987, Sully's has provided the area with the best meats around. Here at Cooking with Charles, we not only count on them for their kind donations of meat, but John and the gang at Sully's also provide us with the best produce, deli items, and libations that make Cooking with Charles the huge success it is. From all of us at Cooking with Charles, thank you. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the parish house of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. Hey, you're back! Like I thought you'd go anywhere. You didn't even get from your chair, did you? You guys have been sitting there waiting patiently for me to do my TV magic. Thanks, dudes. Before we go any further, though, I do have some business to take care of. One, Sully's Superette in Goffstown, New Hampshire. Thank you for sponsoring us for Season 2. You guys rock. They've recently changed owners. They're still Sully's. They're now AG, Associated Grocers. They still love Cooking with Charles, and we still love them. So everything you see here comes from there, or you can buy it from there. These scallops I bought there today, just before the show. Oh, they smell so good, so good. I also want to give a few shout-outs to some new viewers in our family. Shauna Wiggin, thank you. And Kaiser Hoser, is that your real name? Anyway, that's what comes through on your YouTube thing. So to Shauna Wiggin and Kaiser Hoser, thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And oh, Dave Miller, guy that did this between shows, between seasons. So Dave Miller, Shauna Wiggin, Kaiser Hoser. I love that name. Here's to you. Remember, guys, when you're cooking with Charles, you're cooking with good looking. I always have to throw that in, don't I? All right, so what do we got going on over here? Well, we got some pancetta and some regular bacon grease cooking over here, we have our scallops. You know, some people say to take this little muscle off of them, but honestly, when I've cooked these at home, I never have. In a restaurant, I have, because people don't want to see it because they're told, take that off. To me, it's always cooked, it's always been flavorful, and it adds bulk to the dish. All right, while that's cooking, we got a shallot here. About a quarter of a shallot. And I get that diced up. And we'll add that to the top and let that sit for a minute. We're not going to shake this yet. We want the bottom side to cook. There we go. God, that looks good. That looks so good. I'm going to celebrate with a sip. A little bit of pepper for a season. And we got some sea salt. For all you new viewers of the show, I have done away in my life with regular salt. Once you start using sea salt, once you start using different types of sea salt, you realize, wow, what was I missing? And by that I mean we have regular sea salt tonight. At home, I use a black Hawaiian sea salt, which has some activated charcoal from the volcanoes in it. Has a very nice, unique flavor to it. I also use a Himalayan pink salt, not a sea salt, but still a salt. Also a very unique flavor to it. So all these salts have a different flavor. It's like black pepper, red pepper, white pepper, blue pepper. But definitely should check them out. And if you want to do it on the cheap, go to Marshall's. Honestly, go to Marshall's, go to TJ Maxx, go to their homeware section in the back of the stores where you can buy all those glasses and everything else like this. And they have things like that, you know, for not a bad price, and salt does not go bad. So definitely check them out. All right. Let's give this some love. Ooh, turn this up some more. Yeah. I love scallops, folks. Give that a little bit of vino to make it Kino. Oh my God, I cracked myself up. All right. Very easy to overcook scallops. Very easy to overcook any kind of fish. And I gotta tell you, I overcook them a lot. I'm still learning, folks. That's the thing about cooking. You see a TV chef like myself, you see a TV chef like, you know, Alton Brown, Daniel Green, the model chef, any of those guys. You know, we still learn every single day, and that's what you should do too at home. You know, if you, like I said, if you don't like what I'm cooking, take the concept behind it. Take the way I'm cooking it. You know, you can make this with chicken. You could stuff those tomatoes with ground turkey to make it a little, you know, a little healthier. And you know what? That's what it's all about. You make it the way you want to make it. You make it your own. You have the power to do that. And, well, people love you for it. A little squirt of lemon there, guys. But you know what? I got a few lemon seeds in there. We do not want those. You know why? They taste bitter, bitter, bitter when you bite into them. My mistake there. All right, you know what? I think I got them all. If I didn't, well, sorry, Dave. He's going to try some of these later. Okay, here we go. Those are just about done. Also, if you guys notice, we have a half-hour show, or roughly 26, 28 minutes. The stuff I do really only takes a half an hour from start to finish. Sometimes the cook time may take a little longer, And that's that whole TV magic I was talking about. But really, you can come home from work 5 o'clock at night. By 6 o'clock, you can have half a bottle of wine in you and a good dinner for you and your loved one. Or loved ones, depending on how big your family is and how much love you have. All right. Oh, these look just about done. Ooh, they're like a medium to medium rare. Oh, the sweetness of a scallop. There's nothing better. There really is not. All right, I'm over here. I'm going to check my tomatoes. Ooh, those look like they are asking me to eat them. Oh, let me dig deep in here. Yeah. Wow. These are super stupendous tomatoes. All right. Guys, we are about to have dinner, so get your feedbacks. Ooh, that stuck a little bit to the bottom of the pan. Look at these. This is wonderful. All right. I should have added a little bit of water to this as I look at this now. But hey, like I said, that's cooking. You do it better next time. You do something different next time. Put that right over here. And then our scallops. Let's turn that off. Ooh, yes. This is one of my best. But then again, I say that every week. When don't I cook my best? Get a little bit of that white wine and bacon goodness right in there. Here we are, folks. Is that not beautiful or what? Huh? Look at that. Look at that. Let me get my fork. And there it is. And the knife. Nothing is better than scallops and bacon, especially pancetta bacon and a little bit of regular hickory smoked bacon grease. Wow, that really is a flavor combination that cannot be beat. Holy cow. Oh, let's try this tomato. Oh, look at this. Also, super stupendous. Stupendous. The egg is what makes this dish, actually. It keeps it together. And that's what you're looking for. So, folks, until next week, cook happy, cook with love, and cook with Charles. So, tonight, Cook with Charles. I'm Charles, and we will see you next week. But also, don't forget, YouTube, Cooking with Charles M. Email me, cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. All right, I think we're out of time. We're out of time, and I have more food to eat. Oh, good stuff.